Good morning, student. I hope you have understood the previous session in which I have taught you the different form of energy. Now today we are going to see the transformation of energy. The change of one form of energy into another form is called the transformation of energy. When our bodies are working, energy is constantly being changed into another form. When you are walking, your muscles are changing chemical energy into kinetic energy, or we can say a mechanical energy. When you are speaking, here the chemical energy is changing into a kinetic energy and later on into a sound energy. Now, there are many energy transformation of great importance that take place around us, and few examples are like electric fan. In the electric fan, the electricity is being used and the electrical energy is changed into a mechanical energy. Car battery, in this chemical energy is changed into a electrical energy. Cycle dynamo, a mechanical energy is changed into a electrical energy. Loudspeaker, an electrical energy is changed into a sound energy. Solar cell, solar cell is a good example of light energy which converted into a electrical energy. Here are few more example of transformation of energy. Like you can see, electrical energy that is changed into heat and light energy. In electrical heater, oven, geyser, toaster, etc., the electricity is used, as you know, because they work on electricity only, and it changes the electrical energy into a heat energy. Now you can see a glowing bulb, and you must be familiar with it as they are being used in our daily work for giving the light. So when electricity is passing in this bulb, here the tungsten is there which start to glow, and because of this glowing, the surface of this bulb gets heated and it's provide you the light. So the electrical energy is changed into a heat energy and then into a light energy. Now you can see that how the light energy changes into a chemical energy for food. Here, as you know, and you must have studied it previously also, that plants required a sunlight. So with the help of sunlight, the process called photosynthesis occurs. So with the help of photosynthesis, the plant prepare their food. So plant during photosynthesis changes the light energy received from the sun into a chemical energy for their food. Okay, now we usually burst the cracker in Diwali festivals. So over here the chemical energy is changed into light energy and then into a sound energy. As you know, when we lit the firecracker, it started to gives the heat, then it produces a sound, and when it go upward or when it bursts, it gives the light also. So the chemical energy changes into heat energy, then into sound, and then into light. Over here you can see the few more example that is being given to you in the table. Photosynthesis, light energy to chemical, table fan, electrical to mechanical, tube light and bulb, electrical to light, then doorbell, electrical to sound, electrical motor, electrical energy to mechanical, dry cell, chemical to electrical energy, and likewise all the examples that shows you how the transformation of energy take place from one form to the another. Law of conservation of energy. So this is the last topic of your chapter. Let's learn it with a easy way. So as you know that what is energy? Energy, we have learned it previously also. It is the ability to do some sort of work. For example, a car which is moving and it is having a kinetic energy. So as you know, in this the mechanical energy is changing into a kinetic energy. Now you have also seen the different forms of energy. Why we actually have the various forms of energy? Why energy doesn't exist in only one form? Because to do different kinds of work we need different forms of energy, so energies are used for different forms. Now you can see the example which tells you how the conservation of energy is being changed into the another, or the transformation of energy is taking place. A ball falling vertically downwards from a height is another example of conservation of mechanical energy. When the ball is stationary at point A at a height h above the ground, the potential energy is maximum, which is equal to the work done in lifting the ball from the ground to the point A, while the kinetic energy is zero. As the ball starts falling down, its potential energy changes into a kinetic energy, and at point B, at h by 2 above the ground, that is half of the potential energy converts into a kinetic energy. So al b potential energy is e by 2 and kinetic energy is also e by 2. On reaching the point C on ground, whole of the potential energy has converted into kinetic energy. So at C, potential energy is 0 and kinetic energy is E. Thus we notice that during the vertical fall of a ball, if friction due to air is neglected, the total sum of potential energy and kinetic energy at each point of its path remains same. So now let's understand the same diagram with the marking. So over here you can see that all the markings are done in the diagram that you have seen few minutes before, and you can see that they have marked the point A where the potential energy is E and the kinetic energy is 0 because it is at a rest condition. So whenever the body is at rest, it is actually possessing a potential energy. Now when it start following gradually downwards and when it has reached to the midpoint over here and they have marked as B, so half of the potential energy has been changed into kinetic energy. So potential energy is E by 2 and kinetic energy is also E by 2. Now when the ball reaches to the ground, whole of the potential energy becomes 0 because it has fully converted into a kinetic energy. Now the kinetic energy is E. Now you can see that h is the distance from the ground till where the ball has been reached. Okay, and h by 2 means when the ball started to fall downward and it has reached to the midpoint where the potential energy and kinetic energy is half. I hope that you have understood the law of conservation of energy. Now our last topic is production of hydroelectricity. Now you can see that water in motion in a river or sea has a kinetic energy. The energy possessed by the flowing water is called hydroenergy. The most important use of hydro energy is to produce electricity. Likewise, the principle of a hydroelectric power plant. Let's understand with example. The flowing water of a river is collected in a dam at a high altitude, and you can see that the dam is made in this video. The water stored in the dam has the potential energy. When the water from the dam falls on the water turbine, see the turbine, you can see the rotating part, and that is the turbine. The potential energy of the water stored in a dam changes into kinetic energy, and this kinetic energy of water is transferred to the blade. Again, the blade that you are seeing that is continuously rotating, here the kinetic energy of water is being transferred, and the kinetic energy rotates the turbine. As the turbine rotates, it rotates the armature of a generator, and thus it produces an electricity.